So guys, good evening to everybody and welcome to my live broadcast once again. How you guys doing? Man, I came out this evening to spend some time with you so we can look into some, issues and address it. So let's see how many people that are available, man, every time. So let's see how many people have I. So guys, you're welcome. We are going to look at life in abroad and is it wise to take credit from the bank and buy property? And we are also going to discuss many other issues. So we are going to look at the life of Africans in Europe in general and many other topics we are going to address this evening. Watching from New Jersey. Okay. New Jersey is very close to New York. I once used that airport. Very close to New York. It's not, New Jersey is not far from New York. I once used, there is an international airport in New Jersey. I once used it one time. Yes, I used it once. I flew from Europe to that airport direct when I was still, when money day. Yes. Yes, I touched down in that. Newark Airport, yeah, Newark Airport. I used it one time. Yes, before Newark, New Jersey, before I started using JFK. That was 2022, 2002. Man, what's going on? 2002, I said 2022. Remy, you are from India. Good to have you here. Remy from India. Good to have you here. So, guys, I'm going to start by telling you guys few stories. Sometime this week, I went to the bank to go do one or two, to go withdraw small money that I want to use. So I waited for my turn. I mean, you know the bancomat now, the bancomat machine. So one woman was, doing some transaction there. Either she was withdrawing money from the bancomat machine. When she was done, I went to the bancomat machine to withdraw small money that I needed to buy something with. So guess what? As I was withdrawing that money, I looked by my side. One black man was standing few meters away from me, peeping at, trying to find out the PIN code I want to, give. And, like he was trying to, get my PIN code. So, son of grace, I see you. This black man was standing and peeping, to know my PIN code. You understand what I mean? So, instinctively, I just looked around, saw the man peeping. 1 second, guys. So, instinctively, I just looked around. I saw this black man peeping like to know my PIN code, to, you know, kind of. I just looked at the man. I wanted to shout at him. I don't know what to do. In fact, I just remained quiet, withdrew my money, and walked away from the bank. Thank you, son of grace. I appreciate you. I just walked away from the bank. Now, black people are fond of doing these things. Black people don't respect themselves. That black man inside that bank will never try it with European. He can never ever try it with Oyibo person. You see, I thought about, embarrassing him. You know, the way these people behave at times is so irritating. Hello. Do you understand me? The way these people behave at times is so irritating. So, I just looked at the man. I just ignored him. There were other Europeans inside the bank. He had no guts. That is, he did not even near them. When he saw me, close his door. When he saw me, he came to peep what I was doing. You see that kind of disrespect. You see, and this happens, among black people. We don't seem to accord ourselves respect. We don't respect ourselves anymore. But when it comes to Europeans, we fear Europeans, we respect Europeans, but we don't respect fellow black people. Black men don't respect black men, black women don't respect black women. If they see them, men, well, story is dead this evening. This is the same thing that happens in Africa. This is why Africa is lawless. Yes, many countries in Africa is lawless because we have no respect for ourselves. Close that door. We don't have respect for ourselves. Now, let me take you back to Africa. In Africa, you see people, for instance, go rent houses. First time they want to move in, they pay the rent, yearly rent, like maybe 2,000 euros or 5,000 euros. You see them. Hayan, you say, where am I from? I am from Vienna. I'm broadcasting from Vienna. Vienna is my home. I think that's the name, Hyena. Mosasa. I'm from Vienna. Are you now? Okay. Yes, so I'm not from Vienna. I'm from Vienna. So good. Now, in Africa, when Africans want to rent an apartment, they pay the first year or second year as the landlord demands. The following years, after that first, payment, they start owing the landlord. There are some Africans, if you go to Africa, it happens everywhere. They pay first time, they will look for money, they will be loyal, they pay that first time. The next time, you start fighting with them. They will have no respect for the owner of the house. They start fighting the landlord. Listen to me, guys. You see them start fighting the landlord. Some will even go to court with the landlord. Now, let me give you guys a story of what I saw one time in Africa. So when I was growing up, when I was living in Africa, not growing up, I'm not growing up every day. When I was living in Africa, I had a girlfriend. This girlfriend, the father owned the building, where they lived. The father, you want to know where in Africa? So the father owned the building where they lived. So I then had a friend who rented 2 rooms in that building. My friend was living there. That is in the building of in the building of my girlfriend's father. Yes. My girlfriend's father owns the building. Okay. So there was a man there from the same village with the landlord of the house, the person that owns the building. A man rented 2 rooms in that building because that building was big. So the landlord gave out some rooms to his townsmen. Let me put it this way. Now this man's townsmen don't pay rent. Every time you see the man go ask them for rent, the man will give him excuse. The tenant will give the landlord excuse, always giving an excuse. 1 year elapsed, he did not pay. While he was living there with his wife and children, 2 years elapsed, the man did not pay. The landlord had patience with him, asking him, when are you going to pay your rent? He will give him excuse. Now the 3rd year, the landlord served him quit notice. The landlord served him quit notice. So guys, now the landlord served him quit notice that he should pack out. This man refused to pack out. He said he was not going to pack out. The landlord took him to court for court to give him that eviction notice, Did you know what that tenant, what he did? The tenant went and took axe and started, because the owner of the building then was an old man and had no grown sons. The tenant, because he felt he was stronger, went and took axe and started spoiling the entire building. I witnessed it. The tenant took axe and started spoiling the man's building. I saw this. So because I was befriending the daughter of the owner of the building, this lady informed me, said, look at what was going on. So I stepped in with my guys. So then that my girlfriend then informed me, because the father was helpless. The tenant was terrorizing the father with the sons. So my girlfriend then informed me. So I gathered some guys back then. So I gathered some guys, stepped in. The man had to stop. And so, no, when men show face, when back then, we were very, what I mean now. So, because the girl then, I was in love with the girl. So I was in love with the girl. So when the girl told me what was going on, I saw it too. So I organized some guys. So we stepped in And the man had to, back off. You know what I mean? So eventually, the man packed out from that building. Now, let's go further. That wasn't the only case. It has happened many times. People rent house, they rent an apartment, but they don't want to pay. Because this is African man to African man. African people don't respect each other. Now, the same people, look at the number, millions of African people in abroad, in diaspora, in Europe, in Asia, wherever they are living. Listen to this, Iron Man, I see you. Look at the millions of Africans that are living in Europe, in America, in Asian countries, and the rest. None owes rent. Are you listening to me? No African man or woman that is living in Europe owes a month's rent. At the end of every month, you see them quickly go pay the rent in order not to be evicted. Every month, even the landlord, the first warning, you see them pay the rent. Because here in Europe, when you don't pay, first month, second month, you are out. But the same people that are, the same people that pays their rent every month, there is nobody that is watching me here who don't make sure every month he or she pays the rent. Because you do not want to be evicted. You respect white people. You respect their laws. But in Africa, you don't respect your laws. You don't respect your own people. Why do you pay rent here every month? But when you go to Africa, you don't want to pay rent. You see, we don't respect ourselves. This is the problem. We don't show ourselves respect. And we have, this is, man, it is sad. You see, Bosco, I see you. You see the same in Africa. I've seen videos of housewives, especially women, mistreat their housemates, house help. The way that is, if you see the kind of laws these women take into their hands, housewives in Africa, if you see how they abuse their housemates. I saw the video of one lady, one woman, who, plugged iron, pressing iron. This iron we used to, press clothes. Plugged iron on fire, heated iron, and used it on the house boy. Some will flog and injure their housemates. The same people, the same women, when they come to Europe, they don't try it. Guys, are you listening? The same women that disrespect or mistreat their house maid or house girl in Africa, when they come to Europe, they don't try it. Let me also refer you back before I continue. You remember the woman that told the husband's passport at the airport in Nigeria, at Nigeria's airport. That woman, before she told the passport, she said to the husband, "You think this is Europe? This is Nigeria." That means where she can do whatever she wants. You respect Europeans so much. You respect their laws so much. But when you go to your country, you don't want to respect your laws. You don't want to respect your people. You see the problem? The problem is, it's not with even it's not, the Europeans are not the cause of our problems. We don't respect ourselves. We don't respect our laws. We have no love for ourselves. We don't, Kingsley Nedum, I see you. We don't respect ourselves. The woman, all along she was living in abroad, she did not even attempt to touch the husband's passport. Immediately she got to Nigeria, she tore the husband's passport because she believed nothing happens. Now, the few women who tried to mistreat their housemaid in abroad, in America or in Europe, ended up in jail. They ended up in jail. I've seen cases of some women. You see, you don't use nobody. Some women that plays madam. Because we like to use people. Like you live in somebody's house, you don't want to pay. You take a house boy or a house girl, you don't want to pay the house boy or pay the house girl. You employ somebody, you don't want to pay the person. We are so wicked to ourselves. Some people carried the same mentality to abroad. I have seen some women, they like using people. You take care of your children, you take care of your daughters, your sons, but you don't want to take care of your house girl. She is the person who is not supposed to go to school. That's your houseboy is the person who is not supposed to go to school, who shouldn't have a better life. But you want a better life for your children, but not for your house girl. Some don't even send their house girls to school. Yet, every Sunday they go to church or go to mosque. Yes, you don't say your house girl you don't send her, doesn't go to school. Your house boy doesn't go to school. But all your children, you make sure they go to school. It is only your house girl and house boy that will keep washing plates, cleaning the house. You understand me? You want your children to be, useful, but another person's children, sometimes self. These house girls and house boys are related to these women, these wicked women. But you want better life for your children, but you don't want better life for another person's children. Now, there are some women who thought they can try what they are doing in Africa, they can try it in abroad. Some women took their housemates along with them. Madam, that you need a house girl that will be cleaning house for you, going messages, domestic house chores, cleaning house, washing plates, doing the laundry. As madam, you balance, and your children will be going to school, and you'll be treating them like better humans. Some of these women traveled to America. Now, took house girls along with them. Now, kept these house girls at home. No school. No salary. You see, they thought they were in Africa. You took another person's, let me tell you, you think you are in Africa. You took somebody's daughter to abroad. You don't pay her salary. You did not send her to school. And later the authority found out. The government found out. In Europe here or in the US. They found out, and then what happened? All these women went to prison. All of them went to prison. You cannot practice that lawlessness in abroad. They went to prison. Seriously. In Africa, Jasmine said the mom makes her do all the housework in 9 months and 3 weeks. She said she's 9 months and 3 weeks. Then your mother is a good woman because she's helping you. There are some women that the mother did not teach how to do the house, chores. Yes. There are some women, they want to pamper their own children, their biological children. That's, you see them pamper their biological children. They don't want their children to, do any house chores. Do you understand me? So, Adam, good to have you here. Yeah, I'm having a great day. How are you doing? Good to have you here. So some people like to protect, pet their own children, but give other people's children hard work. You need to go do the shopping. You come back, you clean the house, you wash the plates, you cook. While their children will sit comfortably and be watching television. Do you understand me? Their children will be sitting comfortably watching television. So some of these African women brought that mentality. You came to abroad to mistreat another person's child until they catch you. If they catch you, you go to prison. The same thing applies to all these women that are bringing young girls in Europe for prostitution till they catch you. Many they caught went to prison. You say you want to use other people to make money, other young girls that you are supposed to, uplift. You want to use them, they will need to go and do prostitution for you so that you can make money. Many of them that the police caught went to prison. Until one day, your cup will full. You want to make easy money. You want to use other people as money-making ritual. You want to balance. Other young girls will be prostituting for you. You'll be cashing money. That's how you want to make your money as a smart woman. Till one day, luck is going to run out of you. Luck is going to run out of you. You are going to run out of luck. So guys, I don't understand why we are like that. We don't show ourselves love. We don't treat ourselves with respect. So guys, welcome. Well, today's program is it wise to take mortgage in abroad? That is to borrow money from bank and use this money and buy a house or an apartment. Guys, 1 second. So I'm back. So, you see a lot of people say, well, uncle, at this your age, you are supposed to go back to Africa. And a lot of people, and the video I posted, a lot of people were commenting, it is time to go to Africa. People of your age are not supposed to, be living in Europe and so many other things. Now, many people that are commenting, somebody of my age is supposed to go to Africa. Now, don't know the commitments we have here. Many people you see here are committed, in one way or the other. Some people have children to raise. Some people are in marriages. Some people are owing the bank. Many people are owing the bank. You understand me? So now, the question is it wise to take credit, to borrow money from the bank and buy apartments since we are living in Europe? I'm going to tell you my own experience. Well, it all boils down to, it depends on what you want in life. But I'm going to, tell you the truth. It depends on what you want in life. Investment in Europe is good if you have the cash. Investment in Europe here is the best if you can pay for that flat or that house cash. But if it is credit, like borrow money from the bank to pay it. Well, this is what we're going to look into now. As at 2020, two people I know living in Vienna one bought a flat for 400,000 euros. Another bought his own for 500,000 euros. Now, the problem I have with these guys is these guys that bought these houses, they bought these flats. I have problem with them. I told them directly on their faces, I said, listen, boy, you made a mistake. I told them, I said, listen, dude, you made a mistake. He said, what? He said, instead of paying rent every month, it was better. They said they decided to take credit from the bank. But before the bank gave them that credit, they made deposit of about 40,000 euros. Now, we call it Eintolon. They made deposit of about 40,000 euros. Now, this guy, by the time this guy took the credit, he was about 58 years old. He was about 58 years old. I wondered how bank can give a 58 years old man such amount of money as credit, 400,000 euros. Then I discovered the guy was married to a much younger woman, and he used the woman and himself to get the credit. Not the children, because his children, the children are still small. In fact, he used the woman. Yes, you're right. He used the woman. So the first child now is not up to 10 years. So there is no way he can use his children. So what he used was his wife. But my interest there was the age. He was about 58, 59 when he took the credit. Another person who also took the credit was almost the same age when he took that credit. I said, boy, how many years? I asked him, listen to me. How many years were you given to pay off this credit? He said 30 years. 30 years. And if he loses his job or if he is unable to pay, they will put that credit on hold until he gets money. He paid insurance for something like that. I said, do you know what you just did now? He said, no. I said, look, you've pinned yourself in this country forever. I said, now, you've committed yourself, you've pinned yourself in this country forever. You can never, ever have freedom again in life. You used your hand. Hayana, you used your hand and put yourself in bondage. He said, what do you mean? I said, you will live in bondage all the remaining years or days of your life. You are now about 60 years. That is 60 years. You are going to finish paying that. How long are you going to live? You are going to finish paying that credit when you are almost 90 years. How are you sure you are going to even live up to 70 or 75? And how about your freedom, your Freiheit? I said you used your hand and put yourself in bondage. So When it comes to buying Audrey, when it comes to buying house or flats in Europe, if you have cash, that is the best. But taking credit, depending on your age, if you are in your 20s and you have a permanent, a good paying job, it is okay. In your 20s, before you get to 50 years, you are done paying the credits. But the thing is, you will be pinned. You will not leave the country. You will remain in that country for, bear in mind, when you take that credit, you will remain in that country for the next 30 years of your life. You will not move. You will not relocate. You see, I see it as a very big commitment, like somebody, using his hand to cage himself. And this is what a lot of people, and this is, you see, Audrey, God's last born, depending on your age, you see, depending on your age, if you are over 40 years, forget it. Even when you take that credit, you become committed. You are not, you will, that is, you will no longer be free. You work all your life until you pay that credit. You work you have no freedom anymore. You cannot decide just to relocate to Africa or relocate to another country anymore. You'll be pinned in that country, and that is the disadvantage. Do you understand me? And that's the disadvantage. You got it? Guys, as you watch me, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Uncle Roddy. So, now you see a lot of people living in Europe here. They are not even, by the time, see, depending on how old you were when you took the credit. Now, there are some people, they took this credit, let's say you took the credit at the age of 35 years. And you are to pay off the credit when you are 65. You are to pay off the credit when you are 65. Then, tell me, what kind of life are you going to have? Do you understand what I mean now? So you spend the rest of your life working and paying credits. Is it worth it? Is that what you want for your life? Man, well, I don't think I wish that. I don't think I can do that. I don't wish it. I don't want to involve myself in such thing. No. Okay, if I were in my 20s, okay? See, there is something, that yogurt, that thing is not yogurt. Check what you are taking. Is that yogurt? Let me see it. Okay, that's it. So, I wouldn't, even if you tell me to go take credit now, I will not try it. Me, my boy eats everything. He likes to eat. He likes to eat yogurt a lot. Just taking yogurt. Because he likes to eat yogurt a lot. So now that issue of what's it? Credit, taking credit, mortgage has pinned a lot of people in Europe here that they can no longer go back to Africa. Because of that commitment, that credit, many people can no longer go back to Africa. Forget it. If Europe is boring, you will not have any option. If Europe is boring, you will face that boringness. You must have to endure it. You cannot relocate because you're already committed here until you are done paying your credit. And So that you want to tell me you are going to spend all your life working to pay your credits, and you may finish paying the credits your children grow, as your children, when they grow, when you are gone, they sell it and share the money. That means you spent your life laboring for nothing. You did not enjoy nothing. Many of these houses you see here, you say they give loan. Many of the houses you see here, the people that bought it are dead. The people that bought it are dead. Guess what? Their children sold off these houses. Their children sold off these houses. When the father is gone, you see all the children tell them, all the children, they say they want their own share of the property. If they are 3 or 4, you see some of them, they don't come in agreement. They say, you see the children say they want their own, some of the children will tell you they want their own share of their papa's inheritance or their mama's inheritance. What happens? They end up selling that apartment or that house. Then you spent your entire life. They will sell can and sugar, they will sell the house and buy a car. Some will use that, the thing you labored for 30 years. They will sell the house, use the money, go on vacation with their girlfriend or boyfriend. Yes, they will sell that apartment, share the money among themselves, or sell that house. Some of the boys or the girls will use the money, go on vacation with their girlfriend or boyfriend. So you spent all your life laboring for nothing. Before you do anything in this life, think it very well. Sometimes the people that may enjoy that your sweat are strangers. Let me tell you guys a story. Sometimes the person that will enjoy that money, guys, 1 minute. So I'm back. So, sometimes the person that may enjoy that thing, that money, will be strangers. That is maybe your son's girlfriend or your daughter's boyfriend. People you don't know will enjoy that money you labored. You did not want to eat. Yes, that's the truth. Yes. That thing you denied yourself. Your children will go lodge in 5-star hotel with their girlfriends. They will burn the money. And you will be in grave. You are gone. You are gone. I know so many rich people, some men that labored so much to make things for their children. Even while they were alive, their children sold off everything. When Santos, I'm telling you what I've seen. I'm telling you what I've seen. So, you discover that you need to use your brain when doing things in life. When each time people watch my video, the video I dropped, excuse me, the video I dropped, that video I spoke about abroad children being stingy. So many people came under the comment section and were saying so many things. Not their children, not this, not that. They love their children, this. You think you love your children more than me? You don't, there is no father that don't love their child or their children. See, I wanted to do everything for my children. I wanted to lay good foundation for them. Until one day I began to reason it. Till one day I began to see. I drove taxi. I've told you guys, listen to what happened. I drove taxi for 15 hours, 14 hours a day. Sometimes 16 hours a day. I said, this is money. This is Europe. I want to make money. I don't want my children to suffer. But guess what? I was killing myself gradually. My face then was swollen. One of my eyes closed. My mouth shifted one side. I was almost having stroke. I lacked sleep. I wasn't sleeping enough. 14 hours every day inside the car. I saw people die inside the car. Many had heart attack. I saw people come out of the car and fell down. I was very stubborn. I said, man, money is power. I kept, driving. Until each time I lie down on my bed, each time I lie on my bed, the whole of my body will be shaking in the night, like shaking. After working 14 hours, if I lie down on my bed, my body will be shaking like this. For many months, I said, God, but the greed for money did not allow me to stop. I said, I don't want other men to do more than me, to make things in life more than me. I continued. I drove normal taxi, and that taxi I had Uber and Bolt too. I drove normal taxi. I drove normal taxi, and also I had Uber. The people will order. I drove Bolt. I drove Uber. My body began to shake. When I was driving, a lot of people knows me here. You see people send me messages that know me. They say, are you still driving taxi? They go, I can inbox. They come inbox and say, are you still driving? Ask people they know me. If I move, if I don't make 250 euros, I don't go home. 300 euros, I don't go. When I was driving Bolt and Uber. So then what's happened? At a time, I began to ask myself questions. I said, all these things I'm doing now, stressing my life, I had no peace. I had no peace, to be honest. I lacked sleep. I wasn't sleeping enough. Say, I want to buy land and build house for my children. I want to achieve greatness. In that process, I would have died. So look at what served me. Look at what served me. One day, I wasn't, each time, there were times I had to come out of my car to stand like 10, 15 minutes. And when I come out of my car, I would be feeling dizzy. I will hold the car I'll hold the car in order not to fall down. There were some taxi drivers, as they stepped out of their car, they fell down and died instantly. Many. As after sitting for long hours, they came out of their car, they fell down and died instantly. I saw many. Some had heart attack and they died. So one day, every day I was on the road driving, but I was making money. Asians too, Arabs, Asians, black people. Even if you see the number of Arabs that died, the ones that suffered stroke, Arabs mainly, Arabs and black people. Many Arabs died, and black people. Many suffered stroke. They are in hospital, their hands are like this now. So, I was working non-stop from Monday till Sunday. Then my station then was Akaha Hospital, General Hospital then. Every time doctors and nurses would tell me, you are on the road every day, you are working too much, it is not healthy. I said, what are these people talking about? I need to beat poverty. I want to make it big. I said, they are talking, that's their own. I want to make money. One woman told me, said, listen, stress causes cancer. Not only that, you see stress, when you get sick, at times it is difficult to reverse it, depending on the kind of, sickness, disease. They said I should stop. I was very stubborn. I said, because I know if I move, if I drive a day, smallest I make 150 euro. Then, smallest, I'll have 150 euro every day. Weekends, there are weekends you make like, only weekend, Friday, Saturday, you make like 1,000 euro or 800 euro. Friday, Saturday. That's if you work in the day and in the night, you make such amount of money. So, but then, I was not feeling comfortable. I wasn't feeling comfortable. Sometimes when I sit inside the car, I would be feeling, I wouldn't be feeling free. That is, my body would be telling me, man, something was wrong. But I was making money. You know these boats, especially, I think that was boats then. The way they give you, off track, that is off track, the request, back to back. Sometimes they will pin you inside that car for 4 or 5 hours. Do you know what I mean? You'll be getting requests. Before you get to the destination, another one will come. Like 5 minutes to your destination point, they give you another off track, another request. Somebody, before you get to the next one, they give you another one. That's how they will pin you there. You will not know. 4 hours, you are driving. You don't know the damage you are doing to yourself. So, I was highly stressed up. One day I said to myself, who am I suffering this thing for? I've seen so many people that died in this profession. What if this thing happens to me now? Even the children self don't care. They don't even know that you are investing for them, you are struggling for them, they don't care. And for those of you that are even investing in Africa, many of these children don't even know where the investments are. All the land you are buying in Africa, some children, they don't know where these things are, these properties are. So I began to talk to myself. I said, man, if I should buy the land, build houses for my children, which one are they going to do then? That was when I began to wake up. If I do everything for my children, which one are they going to do then? So does it mean I came to this life to just suffer and enslave my life for children? I began to wake up. I said, they are still young. So if I buy land, many plots of land, build houses, so which one are they going to do? Just be eating food and enjoying. I become the sacrificial lamb. I said no. I decided to quit. I said no, I don't want to die. So I decided to quit the job. So many people stopped, but after a while, they went back to the job, and many did not come out alive. Many did not come out alive. So when you say you want to take mortgage because of your children, you want to give your children good foundation, how many children do you have? First of all, you need to check how many children you have. How many houses do you have in abroad? Now maybe you have an apartment that you bought on credit, or you have a house you bought on credit, and you have 3 or 4 children. What do you think is going to happen to this apartment or this building when you are gone? Something you spent half of your life working for. Have you had time to think about it? Now, have you had time to think? Now, if you have 4 children or 3 children, or 5 children, and you purchase an apartment or a house on credit. Now you spent 30 years or 35 years paying for this apartment. When you are old and gone, listen to me, when you are old and gone, what do you think becomes of this apartment? These children will fight over it. You see them, some of them will say, man, sell this property, sell this house or this apartment and give me my own share. That, before you know it, they will sell it, because they will sell it and share that money. So you spent your life laboring for nothing. You spent your life laboring for nothing. Now, Jenny asked a question. You said, I think Jenny asked, is it proper to buy an apartment in Austria? Yes, it is. I'm not discouraging you. I will not discourage you, depending on your age. Santos, and they will spend it. Let me answer Jenny. Yes, it is. You can buy an apartment here. But the thing is, how old are you? And when are you going to pay the credit finish if you borrow the money from the bank? You are in your 20s. Then bear in mind, if bank agree to give you credit, you are going to spend the rest of your life here paying the credit. So if bank agree to give you the credit, know it that you are bidding Africa farewell. The rest of your life, you are going to spend it here until the day you go to grave. In your 20s, if you take credit now to buy an apartment, you finish paying it when you are in your 50s or close to 60. So if you take I'm talking. If you take the credit, bear in mind that it is you and Europe for life. Forget Africa, because most part of your life you spend it here servicing the credit. You see it. See, the best here is if you have cash. Listen, if you have cash to buy it outright, pay for it. If you have cash, then if you have cash to pay for an apartment, now you can decide to relocate to Africa. Rent this apartment out. Now, let's say in Vienna, Jenny, you know how much it costs to rent an apartment in Vienna. You say you are living in Vienna. Now, Sammy the King, listen. So, the best thing is, if you are able to pay off the credit, then you are a king. You can now choose to relocate to Africa. Kevin, no problem. You can now choose to relocate to Africa. Then rent this apartment in Europe out. If you rent it out, the money, if you rent it out for 1,000 euro in a month, you will live like the president of the country. You live like a governor in Africa. You see it. But if you are living here, that money is not enough. If you have an apartment, even if it is one-room apartment in Europe here, that you own, one room, maybe you rent it for 500 euros in a month, you are good to go. That is even your pension. You don't need to wait for pension here. That 500 or 400 euros every month will serve you in Africa. And you live a comfortable life in Africa. Yes, you will live large in Africa if you are getting 400-500 euros every month. But you say you want that 400 euros will not even last up to 2 weeks here. It will be gone if you are living in Europe. And this is why a lot of people that are saying when they retire, they are going to be, they will stay in Europe. You will live like a puppet. That's like a mouse. When you retire and stay in Europe here, to be honest, your life will not be, you will not live a fulfilled life. Did you hear me? When you retire and stay in Europe here, see, okay, let me analyze it for you. Let me break it down for you. How much are you going to be getting as pension? How much would you get as pension? Now let me tell you. Somebody said I don't know. Somebody said he disagrees. Let me tell you. Now, I want to, before you make a request, let me explain first, then I bring you up. Now, I drove taxi for many years. I drove taxi for many years and I met people. You know, taxi drivers meet different kinds of people. Did you know there are people who earn 800 euros a month as pension? There are people who earn 650 euros. Taxi drivers, their pension is 650 euros, 700 euros a month. Listen to me. Taxi drivers, their pension is 650 euros to 700 euros a month. Let me keep telling you now. Now, I know so many taxi drivers. I'm telling you life story. I know so many taxi drivers. When they retired, they continued to drive taxi. Do you know why? Because the money they are getting as pension is not enough. The money they are getting as pension cannot even pay their rent. So how are they going to eat? Some people are getting 650 euro pension. Their rent here is 700 euros. Their rent is 700 euros. Now, I've met so many white people. Their pension is 1,000 euros, 900. Depending, do you know how they calculate your pension? How much you were earning when you worked. Some people's pension is 2,500, some 2,000, some 1,800, depending on how long you worked and how much you earned when you were working. How much you earned when you were working. So now, for people, even Europeans that have foresight, many of them went to Africa and bought houses. Some are living in Africa. I know many. There they live like kings. They live large there. Now imagine, okay, let's say, see, I'm here to educate a lot of people. Let us say, on average, you earn 1,000 or 1,200 euros pension in Europe here. That's 1,000 or 1,200 euros pension. How much is your rent? Because you don't own the apartments. A decent apartment here, private, I'm not talking about Gemeinde or, council, public housing. Like this place we live, goes for 1,000 euros a month. 950, 1,000 euros a month. So how are you going to survive with 1,000 euros pension in abroad? How are you going to survive? If you choose, maybe you may choose to go and rent one small 20 square meter apartment and you'll be living like a rat inside there. When you pay your rent, pay your this thing, there will be nothing left for you. So, see, the only way a lot of these, pensioners, these men and women, the only way they are surviving is they are two, husband and wife. So one person will be using they will be using one person's money to be paying the rent and the electricity bill, and the other one they will be using to buy food. To function properly in Europe here, you need a partner, more money, so that you use the salary of one person to be paying the rent and the electricity bill, and use the other one to be buying food. Don't allow anybody deceive you. I've been in this system for over 3 decades. And I've mixed, that is, I've interacted with everybody. If you want to enjoy your pension, if you retire, if you stay here, you will never. How much, even me, how much am I getting? Before you know it, the money is gone. The money is gone. Before you know it, the money is gone. But in Africa, 100 euro may be enough for you the whole month. 100 euro may be enough for you a whole month. Now, somebody, see, let me listen to what this person has to say. 2 people made a request. Let me listen.
Hello, Uncle.
Hello, good evening to you. You're welcome to the broadcast. A lot of people are listening to you. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe. 1 second. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page. Keep talking, please.
Yes, hello, Uncle. I just saw one of your videos, and I see that you are on live now. And you were speaking about selfish children that are born abroad and that don't help the parents.
Okay.
You see? So, I wanted to say, you know, me as a girl, I'm born abroad. You know, my parents, originally I'm from Mali, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to tell you, there are some parents, it's not everybody, I don't want to put everybody in the same bag. As a parent that come from Africa, yeah, like Mali, West Africa, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
their parents, some of them are selfish. When I'm saying to you, they are selfish, okay, because they have put you into this world, they think that you are own them everything. But some of them, they don't invest in their children.
Okay.
When I'm saying they are not investing in their children, it's like the little money that they had every month, they will send that money to buy property. They will send money to their mother because they have to help so many people back home. So many people they are helping back home. You know, and sometimes they are even forgetting their own children. Okay? So when sometimes children have lack of love, lack of compassion from the parent, they think because it's my children, is my daughter, is my son, is my blood, because you have same blood. So when you grow up, you will not remember, you will forget, you know, the bad decision they make. They think we're going to just put everything under the rock. But the truth is, even as a kid at 3 or 4 years old, you remember everything you've been going through since your childhood. The trauma you've been going through. The things you could not do because your parents be sending money abroad. They buy houses, they buy property, they helping cousin. The day when you become an adult here, they need you because they are old, they are not working anymore, they are retired. Okay? They expect you to do the same that they've been doing to the people back home. So all the money that you had, you have to give to them. You have to finance their lifestyle. When I'm saying financing their lifestyle, is that when they want to retire going back home, and they expect for you every month to send them £500, £400 for them to stay back home. But it's not possible. Because the same thing that they do, me, I have my goal here, I have my own kids here. And what I go taught you in my childhood, I will not do the same thing to my children. The small money that I have, I will put it apart. I will travel with my kids. I will make my kids happy. I will go to long destination with my children. I will not give my money to my cousin, to my uncle, to whatever, because they don't have. I'm sorry. I'm going to make my children happy first. You understand? I can help my mom time to time, but I cannot give you an amount every month, the money that I don't have. Specifically, if I don't make that amount of money, that big money. If I have big money, of course, yes. But the small money that I have, 3,000. Well, what I can give you from that? I cannot give you a payment every month. Me too, I want to buy property. Me too, I want to buy my car. Me too, I want to make my kids happy. I want to eat well. So that's the reason I have from the video that you post. Some parents, I'm telling you, some parents are very disgraceful. They only think of themselves. They think because they make you born, they can treat you anyhow, and because they are your parents, you can take any hit from them. But that is not the case anymore. Now it's 2024. So
Okay.
that's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Uncle.
Okay, now you spoke well. I agree with you on some points, and I disagree with on some points too. Now, in the first place, you know, this investment you spoke about that they are making in Africa, you said they are investing in Africa. You said it. Now, you should bear in mind, Max, you will talk after when I just want to explain something to her. Because she said the parents, sent money to Africa to investment. That investment are for you guys.
No, not all the time investment, Uncle. Not just
Okay,
investment.
let me come. That investment is for you guys. You know, you guys, after when they are dead, you inherit all those properties. Number one. If you watch...
What about the stepmom? If your dad divorced your mom and they have a stepmom and they have other children from other women, how is things going in that case?
Good, very good. Listen, in that case, this is where will comes in. This is where, you understand you, this is where will, writing a will comes in. You see, this is why we are here to create awareness. So this is where will, when that your father is still alive, say, Papa, now that you are still alive, write a will. Distribute your property among your children. Share your property among your children so that when you are gone, we don't fight. You understand me? So that when you are gone. Now, another thing, if you've been, maybe you are not following this page. Now, I always say, every day, I said, listen, don't allow people to use you. These people that are demanding for money from you in Africa, I always say it every day. Stop giving people money in Africa. I say it every day here. I said these people can survive without you. Watch my live videos. Every time I say it, I wake people up. Family members I talk about yesterday. Yesterday I spoke about a woman that bought property, a girl that bought property. She sent money to the mother in Africa. The mother bought the property, seized the documents, started fighting. She started fighting the daughter. You understand me? I always wake people up here. Say, forget these people that are always coming for money. So this issue of sending money to Africa, I always throw light on it. Let me hear from the Mex, please.
Good evening, OG.
You're welcome.
Actually, I didn't come on to talk about what you're currently talking about, the current topic, but I just came online I came out to appreciate you. I really like the way you give us advices since you've been abroad for a very long time. And the things you see on your life are real things that are straight to the point. Will be waiting you make. You give us your real life experience, and it's really good. You will really guide us, those of us who just come here too as well. Because me, I'm 11 months now, almost 1 year.
Okay.
So that's why I came out, just to show appreciation. Thank you so much, OG.
You're welcome. So This issue makes that you said that you are new. It's good you are following this page so that when I drop, topics, when I explain situations, you learn. Now that you are new in Europe here, I always advise people, if you are new here, first thing, get your documents. Do not allow people in Africa. I say it every day. Don't allow they will say, my son now is in Europe. I'll bring you up now, the two people that made the request. My son now, my daughter is in Europe now. Bring money, bring money. Don't listen to them. Before you know it, they will spoil your chances here. Don't listen to them. You need to turn your back on them. I'm telling you. If you start sympathizing with them, they will push you overboard. That is, if you sympathize with them, before you know it, they will pressurize you to put your hand into what you are not supposed to put your hand, and they will spoil your chances. It takes some people, it took them time to balance here, to balance. First of all, don't live your life on a fast lane. Don't go into crime. Abide by the law. Get documents, and then the next can follow. Let me bring some people up.
Okay, we go down now. Thank you.
You are welcome, my sister. So, let's hear from the people.
Yes, brother, how are you?
I'm fine. Good evening to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I like today the topic that you are raising about these pensioners and so.
Okay.
Yeah, you are very right, because here in Europe, it's very hard to make it.
Okay.
After pension, it's very hard to survive it here.
Okay.
Because if you know the system, you know it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living here in Switzerland, in Zurich.
Okay.
And I have been here for 30 years.
Okay.
So the problem, and what I can say is, one have to plan your life as early as possible. And always calculate to invest something. I don't mean a business also, but have a place. Have a place that you know tomorrow you can turn back to. And we have to remember one thing. In where I live here in Switzerland, as a, how do you call it? As a Bauarbeiter.
Bauarbeiter, yeah.
Yeah, as a construction worker.
Mm-hmm.
We work up to 60.
16 hours.
Retirement.
Up to 60
No,
years.
60.
Okay. Okay.
Well, up to 60 years. Then you can go for retirement.
Okay.
So, and you have to remember one thing. We Africans, we have to remember one thing. Most of us, we came here and we start to work late.
Good.
Sometimes 28, sometimes 29, sometimes 30, sometimes in your 30s. You start to work here to pay something.
Okay.
In your retirement. And remember, these white people are born here and they start already with the lere with 16.
Yeah.
And by the time they are 18, 19, they already have a profession.
Okay.
And they start working and contributing for their retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So, durchschnittlich, you work here at least 40 to 45 years to go retirement as a white.
Mm-hmm.
And those ones cannot even survive it. I know many Italians and many Spanish people that I have been working together with. This is our discussion every day when we have.
My brother, please hold on 1 second.
Yeah?
Please, you are educating a lot of people here. You know, sometimes when I go online to tell people as an old school here, look at the situation. Some people come to argue. You please keep talking. Man, listen to this man. This is an experienced European. Keep talking, please.
Yes, I am originally from Gambia. But I came to Switzerland in 95. I got married in 96. And I worked only 1 year or 1.5 years in a restaurant. All the rest I worked in construction. That's what I studied here. And in Switzerland, you earn very good. So nobody will wake up here for 3,000 euros.
Mm-hmm.
For example, yes, because
I
the
was in
country
Switzerland.
itself-
They used Swiss franc then. The time I came
yeah,
to,
we
yes.
use Swiss francs, yeah?
Yeah,
It's
yes, I
very
was there.
expensive country, so, but the salaries are also well paid. You understand? If you say somebody go and work for 3,000 euro netto, they will think that you are making jokes with them, you know? But where I want to come in is that I work with so many foreigners here, you know, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, name them. And their worry is always, how do I survive after pension?
You see? Thank you.
And they have been working here for 35, for 40 years of their life, you know, because the problem is, you know, we have, you have two kinds of pension. You have the pension that when you are working, you contribute to, which is a must. That is called the AHFAO. Altas Fasikaru. And then you have the other pension that is called the BFAO, which is the pension that you pay 50% and your employee pays also 50%. And that one is the one that makes money. Because sometimes you pay up to 500 francs a month, and your Arbeitgeber, your employee, pays also 500. So you make like 1,000 every month that they are keeping for you. By the time you reach 60, you can collect all one time. Some will collect 200,000, some will collect 250,000, but then that's it. You collect it all in one.
One time you collect it, but you don't get another extra pension every month.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
You know, I mentioned two types of pension.
Yes.
One is AHFAO and the other one is BFAO. This BFAO you can collect, that is the most money. You can collect it one time and go, which is almost, some have 300,000, some have 400,000 if you work fully. You know? But the other one that you get monthly, that is called the AHFAO.
Okay.
Altas Fasikarum. This one you cannot collect one time.
Okay.
This one, they pay you every month.
Okay.
And in Switzerland, this year, they agreed that the minimum payment of the AHFAO, if you ever lived in this country legally for more than 10 years, you have been working or not working, they will pay you 1,250 Swiss francs.
Okay.
Every month. That is the minimum. That means if you live here 10 years, if you go retirement with 60 or you go retirement with 60, I think men go here normally 65.
65 in Austria.
Yeah. How many? 65.
In Austria, men.
Yeah, exactly. 65. So you will receive this 1,250. That is a must. Huh? And if you are a worker paying in this AHFAO, because the AHFAO is cut according to your salary. If you are earning 10,000, you pay more AHFAO than somebody earning 5,000. You know? And but remember, the maximum of this AHFAO, I told you the minimum is 1,250. But now, the maximum is, it doesn't matter if you were whatever, a director or whatever, the maximum is 2,350. Yes. So people receive these two. Many people will take the second pension, which is the 200, 300, 400,000, depending.
They pay them off. They take the money one time and go.
Yeah, they will collect it one time and go and be receiving the other one every month. But remember now, if you receive that 200, 300,000, it sounds like a very big money. But my brother, this is not big money. If you have an apartment, to pay for 2,000 every month, in 1 year you have 24,000 to pay.
So how much is, excuse me, how much is an apartment in Swiss, for instance?
Oh, here you can pay one room apartment. Sometimes you pay up to 1,800 Swiss francs.
1,800 Swiss francs, and that is how much? That is how much one room? That is how much in euro or dollars?
Yeah, it's plus minus the same, euro and francs.
It's almost the same.
It's almost the same.
Okay.
If I say 1,800 Swiss francs, you can also say 1,800 euro.
Okay. So one room is about 1,800.
Oh, in Zurich you can even have one room for 2,500.
Now, how much is then? How much is somebody getting for pension then? An average.
That is what I'm telling you.
So average. So excuse me now. This is interesting. So average pension in Swiss is about 1,200 Swiss francs.
Minimum.
Minimum.
Pension.
Okay, minimum. The pension. Then and the apartment is about 1,800.
Yes.
How is the person going to survive?
Yeah, the person is going to survive because remember I told you there is other pension that you collect one time.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
Which is this 300,000, 400,000 for the most.
Okay.
Yes, but remember, when you receive, if I go retirement today, like me, just give an example, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they give me, I go and tell them I want my BFAOK one time. They give me the 400,000. I just give an example.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I am done because the next thing that is coming will be only this 1,200 or 1,400 every month.
Can I quickly come in there?
Okay, please. Okay, now.
Yes.
Okay. I really like your how you break down the pension in Switzerland. But for me, I think if you get 400,000, why don't you buy an apartment?
Good question.
Why do you have to rent?
Forget it. Here in Switzerland, if you want to buy one room apartment, it might cost you almost 800 to 850,000 Swiss francs.
You see?
With what are you going to survive after? Huh? No, forget it. Brother, here is
I've lived in Switzerland. I lived in Lausanne. You don't have to. We don't have to stay in the big cities like Zurich or Bern. If you stay in Neuchâtel, Hague, all this.
I know. But it doesn't mind Neuchâtel, Samax, wherever you go. Switzerland is just an expensive country that you cannot even imagine to own your own property. And that property will never be your property. I have seen people here who I work together with. They took
mortgage credit.
Like a mortgage.
Mortgage, yeah.
Yeah, and their children are still paying it. You can never own a property here, really, if you are not coming from very, very, very rich family like that.
Okay. Can I quickly say something?
Yeah.
So I like your breakdown. I live in Norway. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think in Scandinavia, like Sweden and Denmark, they are almost the same sort of pension policy. For me, I feel like I agree with you, the host, Uncle Roddy. I agree with you. The fact that the best way to enjoy your pension is to spend it in a cheaper climate, like Africa.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
Okay, but where I don't agree with you is the fact that while you are working, like for instance in Norway, you can buy an apartment, you can buy a house, and then you could have like a 20 years or 25 years pay down plan. So let's say you come to this country, you are 30 years old. Yeah? You buy an apartment, 25 years pay down plan. By the time you are 55, you already paid down your apartment.
Let me come in now.
That is sorry, quick.
Okay.
That is what this brother said now. If you come with your 20s and you planned that you will be working here until you go retirement, start then buying this apartment and paying.
But this is what I said now. This is what I said in the beginning.
I'm coming, brother.
Okay.
But, most of us Africans, I don't know you, but most of my country people, they always tell you after 10 years, I'm going back home. After 15 years, I'm going back home. We never come here and say, I will work here until I get to retirement. Even if you say that your own brothers are laughing at you. What? You want to work in Europe until you retire? Are you crazy? So that is why we don't buy these apartments in early ages.
Yes.
But let me, this is where I want to come in. See, I don't know about the market in Switzerland or Austria or Germany, but in Scandinavia, especially in Norway, when you buy a house, let me give you an example. You buy an apartment or house in 2015, yeah? That's, 2020. That's 4 years ago, right? Say you buy it for 100,000, just an example, 100,000 euros. Yeah. After 5 years in Norway, your apartment would have increased in value. Before you know it, after 10 years, the apartment that you bought for 100,000 now costs 150,000. So my point is, you don't have to stay. You don't have to, when you buy an apartment, you don't have to wait for 25 years. Even 10 years, 15 years, your apartment will increase in value. Even that money itself, the increment in value itself, it's a lot of money. So you don't always have to, even now you're saying like you're 60, you can still buy an apartment. Yeah, I'm not talking about Switzerland. You can still buy an apartment, and in 10 years, you when you cash out, you get a lot of money. So for me, I feel like while pension could be dicey, investing your instead of renting an apartment for 30 years, or 20 years, or 15 years, you are better off buying something that you could sell later. No matter when you decide to go back to your country, you can sell, and they will fetch you money even. So that's my submission.
You are saying the same thing. Sorry to interrupt, because if you hear you are buying, it means you can buy. If you can buy, you buy. But what about if you cannot buy? Because I'm telling you, practically, where I am living, I'm not talking of Norway, Austria, Germany, or places. Where I am living, it's impossible for you to buy. Otherwise, a white man here, that is born here, educated here, having a salary of 9,000, 10,000 euros per month in his whole life, cannot just end up in a one-room Altersheim. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A white man working here, 40-something years of his life, and have been earning a lot of money, would have liked to buy his own apartment.
Yes.
Than to end up rented and go to a
Old people's home.
In one room. It's 95% here. They all end up in one room in old people's Altersheim. Yes. So if they would have had the possibility to buy, they would have bought. But the possibility is practically, for most of the people who doesn't come from rich parents, is impossible. Because remember, you have to put a capital before you can buy.
Make a deposit.
Yes. A deposit. If a house is 1 million, you have to put at least 400,000. And then you are dealing with the bank every month. And that dealing with the bank means it's coming out of your salary that you are receiving every month. And you have family.
I thought it's about 10%, 15%.
Lie. You have to bring almost 40 to 50% of the cost of the house.
What?
You have to
in
bring.
Switzerland?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Oh, brother, I have been living here 30 years. I know what I'm talking about. Here you have to bring really money. People who buy here houses.
Even in Germany, it's 15%.
Brother, in Switzerland, if you see somebody who tells you, I own an apartment, you have to look at the person from top to bottom. Then you know that this person is not just...
So you're saying to get a mortgage, you have to pay 40% of the cost?
Yeah, almost 40% of the cost. You have to put it before the bank will even trust you to give you the rest.
Okay.
And you have to also bring a very, very, very sound payment that you are receiving every month, a good salary. That is why here, most of the people I know here who are owning apartment, I'm not saying house, 3-room apartment, 4-room apartment, most of them are versicherung workers or bankers. Yes, most of them I know, they are versicherung or bankers. But these normal, ordinary workers who are even receiving 7,000 euro, 8,000 euro. They are all renting. Until they retire, they end up in one room or they go back to their countries.
This is what I'm telling you. I said, and somebody said, if you come to Europe in your 20s, so if you come from Africa in your 20s, they just give you documents. You don't know that you go through a process. You go through a process. Some people came. Let me come. Some people came to Europe when they were 25 years. They got documents when they were 35 or 32. This is not your father's land. You don't just come here and they carry document, work permits, and then working permits. They give you residence permits, carry everything, give you so you start life. And also, before you come to the knowledge of buying house, do you know how many years it will take? Information is power. There are people living in Europe, they don't even know that they can still buy apartments. Yes, they believe it is.
Also,
yes, many people don't know. A lot of people came here. They realize that one can buy.
I agree with you on. I
remember also.
Here.
So, you are.
Okay, remember.
Well, you know, let me.
Remember one thing.
Okay.
The more you are living in a country in Europe, the more you are caged. It's their system.
Yes.
You get into credits.
My brother from Gambia, I think Gambia, you are from Gambia.
Yes, Gambia, yeah.
This is an experienced man talking. This man has been in Europe. He is an experienced. And it's like you read my mind. This is what immediately I began this program. This was what I said. I said, when you come here, you have commitments. That's how you keep getting commitments up and down.
We are all committed.
The moment you even involve yourself into credit, I'm not telling you that taking credit to buy a house is bad, but you are in bondage. All your life you will remain in that Europe. You will be there till you pay the money finish. You'll be there and that's where you are going to die.
And remember before, we are responsible people from Africa. I cannot come here and I don't want to help nobody in Africa. You know, because we were born and raised in Africa. And our culture, mentality, and whatever you call it, is to help each other.
Yeah.
So if you are here, remember your salary is not only your salary for your family.
Well,
other people get.
My brother, that culture, yes, but things are changing. These people they are helping need to help themselves. They need to learn to help themselves because if you don't, if you continue to give them, they will useless you in Europe here.
Okay, about the retirement, what I have seen, and with the help of God, if everybody is up to that point of coming to a retirement, I think if you want to enjoy the little bit of money that you are receiving from these people
in Africa,
go back home.
Go back home. Thank you.
You will have you will build your beautiful house. You will live very comfortably. You will eat good food. The only thing that one should consider is about the health insurance.
No, because
yes.
It's not a problem because you already have pension here. So whenever you are sick, you can come here and get medical attention.
Exactly. It's the only thing because there you will have people. You will live longer. You know, you don't have to stay here in alone. No help. Nothing, nobody coming to visit you. You will really feel frustrated and die early.
I told them, even it's like you started listening to me when I came online. Okay, let's listen to this. Let's hear from this B. Okay. Let's hear from you.
Good evening, sir.
You're welcome.
I'm a very big fan of you, and I'm in my 20s, almost 30 in Europe, so. And the experience you are talking, I just realize is the thing that we, the young men, we want, and we need. A lot of things in this country. I worked in a senior centrum where the retirement people and everything. So And I realized their life is going to end like this. The thing that the money that they make the whole life, they have to give back to the government, and they have to sell their properties, everything. And this is very sad. And I'm asking myself, am I going to do this? No, I'm not ready for this. So that's the reason I said, okay, now I'm here, I'm going to work, and I'm building my own things in Africa, and time to time to go back to Africa and check on it. But here, like, I'm not going to live a very good or a big life, but I have to work here and make it, and just here to make capital. This is what in my mind. There's nothing. The system is so much hard to to break out from the system. They make it just everybody to work, and you can't make money. You can never be rich in Europe. So that's the problem.
So
Thank you. This man that I've just spoken now, do you know in Switzerland, you can ask anybody, go and Google the alters, the old people's home, that they offer you all medications, that they offer you food 3 times a day, that they offer you all this gymnastic and whatever it is. My brother, you cannot find it less than 7,000 Swiss francs a month.
yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
And do you know how many of them, how they manage it? Like he said, they sold everything that they have to sell, and plus, they go and make a suicide slice too.
And
You know what is a suicide slice too? That is coming from the government. You saw the government that my pension, my everything is 5,000, and it is remaining 2,000 to survive in the old people's home. The government makes the difference for you. Thank you.
Yeah, and one thing I understood here, you don't have to stress yourself to making much money. And recently, I just walked out from a work that I'm making much money than the new job. But I got too much stress. Somehow I get the days I can't concentrate. I in my 20s, and I start feeling this kind of too much stress. I say, you know what? I don't do this. I just say, I can't continue this work, even though I make more money, but my health is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then I leave the work, I start the new job, even though it's not much money like the other one, but I know I'm not here to live the whole life. The small money I'm getting here, I'm making big in somewhere. So this is my plan, and I'm getting through Uncle. I'm seeing a lot of your videos, and it's helpful, We are we need people like you around here to educate most people like us, the younger, they are coming to Europe, they can have something to understand the life. So
Thank you. So, in conclusion, let me say my mind. See, I know a lot of people that are following my page are based abroad. If you want to enjoy your old age and you are retired, it is in Africa. That is, if you want to enjoy that money, it is in Africa. In Europe here, that money will not be enough. If you like, you argue. If you like, you leave it. I drove taxi for many years, and I interacted with people that are already in pension, retired pensioners. They told me it wasn't easy. Some are surviving on forsorge that they made extra. There is what is called forsorge that they paid extra. Some, their pension cannot pay their rent. I'm telling you. Some, when they enter my car, when they bought my, I say, sometimes they open up, I ask them, how much are you earning? Some are earning 700 euros, 1,000, 1,500. Apartment here is expensive to rent. Formerly, many years ago, like 25 years, 30 years ago, it was much more cheaper. Now, things are very expensive. So, how much, when you pay your rent, you pay your electricity bill, how much is remaining that you want to use to flex? You will stay one place and as an animal in the zoo. That's where you will stay. Station one place, you eat food, go to toilet till the day you die. You will not see life. And you will be depressed. You'll be bored. You'll be totally depressed. So that's why I dropped a video. A lot of people, many guys living in abroad were commenting. I said, listen, even if you love Europe, I'm not forcing you. Make sure you have something in Africa. In case, if you want to go visit or you want to retire there, that keep something when you are still young. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't do it. Because even if the money is enough for you, you'll be depressed and bored. Today, I never even knew that today is Thursday. I thought today was Saturday. It was when I went live in the afternoon that somebody told me. I was greeting my fans. I said, good afternoon, welcome this beautiful Saturday afternoon. They said, no, today is not. That was when they told me today is Thursday. I said, what? Because I've been staying indoors for many I've been staying indoors for many days. I don't even know the day of the week. I don't even know the day of the week. You got it?
I don't even celebrate my birthday last month. I thought it is the month of my birth. It's just somehow I forgot. Like this is July, and I did it on May or something like that.
So you celebrated your birthday before?
Yeah, and I didn't tell them even up to now because I don't know how to explain to them. They celebrate with me. They give everything, and I was after a month. Just I remember. Oh my God, what's gone?
I just wanted to come here to tell you, brother, your discussion, I have been following you and listening to you for hours. That is why I came to contribute. But for me, what I am advising brothers and sisters, in Europe, if you are working, if you are here, don't think that you are going back tomorrow. Plan, just plan. Only God knows. But keep on working. It's the only way to make your future better tomorrow. Keep on working. Because I have been here in Europe. I have some guys who have been telling me, why are you working for a white man? They have been slaving us. But that is not the reality. You work here in Europe for your own benefit tomorrow. Because it's not like in Africa. In Africa, our parents, our grandparents have been working. After retirement, they don't even get a complete €100.
Yes.
Okay?
And
But
sometimes the government owes them.
Yes. But here is Europe. Europeans, no matter what you tell them, they are honest people. You will never work here and go retirement and they start to tell you stories.
No.
Please, brothers and sisters, work and plan to go back home tomorrow. Remember, there is no place better than home. And here, I mean, we are still young. I am in my 52, 53. You know, life is so, we all know how life is here. And imagine if you get old and you are stuck in one room. How will you feel?
You have been following my page. See the life we are living in Europe here. 1 room, 2 rooms apartments. You will get depressed. Keep talking, my brother.
Yes, you get depressed, especially now if you are joined with people in your 67, 68, where you are not anymore so active and you are with people from different, people that you don't share culture together with. I mean white people. Because they are the most here. So, no matter how hard it is, just plan your life bit by bit and try to establish something in Africa that you call a plan B. If things don't work out, when you are retired, before you get bored and go to Africa, 100 people will greet you every morning.
You know it.
To tell you, Uncle Rudy, how is the morning? Are you fine? Do you need this? Do you need that? My brother, that makes even your life more interesting. Then you start to tell them the stories and your life experience in Australia. You educate them. You share knowledge with them. You give them good advices. But here, if you are mistakenly old here and you end up in an Altersheim, in an old people's home, you will remember me one day. My name is Tony. Because that is not the right place to be.
At old age.
At old age, no. Go back home. Share with your people. Share with family members. At least, you know, life you will see another part of life.
Man,
otherwise, you can only see depression here.
Sony, this is what I keep saying every day. I keep saying it. Even when I made a video, I said, man, sometimes on the one I said, look, this place is boring. We are still even young. How then what of when you get to your 70s, 65? 65. And the children will grow and go live on their own.
And stop blaming the children. And stop blaming the children. The children have their life. They have their families. They are also feeling the same stress like you used to feel when you were a parent to them. Don't think that if you are in the Altersheim, it's like in Africa that your children have to run to you every day. No, the system doesn't allow it. They are in stress. They are working. They have started building their own family. If you need company, my brother, if you are
Barbara,
67, go back home.
Ogre Baker, the YouTube, my YouTube name is are you talking about Tony? My YouTube name is Uncle Roddy. Are you talking about Tony's YouTube channel? Ask him if he has YouTube channel. Ogre, Tony, people are thanking you on my YouTube page. They said you did well. You spoke fine.
No, I don't. I don't even post on TikTok. I have no YouTube channel. I have nothing, brother. I was just from shopping after work, and I tuned into you, and I had the beautiful speeches that you were doing, advising brothers and sisters.
But the thing is, sometimes when I'm advising them, some people will come and start, deceiving people. When you are telling them, but I block them. When you are telling people the reality, the truth, some people will come and say, it's not true, it's not true. Don't believe this man. Or this is what some bad eggs among them do.
Brother Rudy, even God said, I'm talking to the intelligent ones. Even God said, I'm talking to the intelligent ones. So when you are talking, you are not talking to shameful people like me. You are talking to intelligent ones. Remember, the intelligent ones will never insult you. The intelligent ones will listen and learn from you.
Does it?
Yes. In every place you go, they have rotten people. They have people who don't like to hear good advices. You know, the best thing, if I don't like what you are saying, is I will keep my mouth shut. At least other people are benefiting from it, maybe. But I will not try to discourage even the ones who are having a good ear to listen to what you are saying, my brother.
Yeah, but
so don't mind them.
I think it's also very important. I like what you're saying.
Ogre, excuse me. Ogre, my YouTube channel is Uncle Roddy. My YouTube channel is Uncle Roddy. That's where you are now. That's the name of my YouTube channel. That's where you are now. Uncle Roddy on YouTube. That's the name. So keep talking, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm listening to you.
So it's easier to sort of highlight the countries, because sometimes what works in Europe doesn't work in America, and then in Canada, and then in England. So because of all these different rules for different countries. But one thing that I know that I agree with you totally on is the fact that your pension money is best spent in Nigeria or in Africa, if you can decide. And like the other guy said earlier, what you have to pay to be able to have a stay in old people's home is way too expensive compared to what you will spend in Africa to enjoy yourself. And the only issue is the issue of, like you said, the health insurance, or say you want to visit a doctor, you might not be able to have the same facilities in Africa. But otherwise, yeah, I agree.
Exactly. And brother, like I said, just keep on preaching the people. We are listening. This is the first time I'm joining you, but I have been listening to you. Today, I even saw the program that you had, this story that you posted about children, about how children are from in Europe and the difference in Africa and stuff. But today is the first time that I'm joining you, and I'm appealing to my brothers and sisters. Let's never forget. Let's never forgive. Let's never give up to this struggle that we are in. If you come to Europe, you are committed. You are committed to a lot because you would like to do things that you don't want to do. Waking up alone is a stress for itself.
Yes.
But remember, you are doing it for yourself and nobody. Tomorrow, if you go to Nigeria, Gambia, and they start to send you 1,500 euros without doing nothing, you will survive to the rest of your life. If you think of this, that will give you courage. My brother, me, I am, like I said, I am a construction worker for almost 28 to 30 years now. I have been working under minus 17 degree. I have been working under minus 15. We work winter, we work spring, autumn, and fueling. We don't have a choice. When it's raining, I am outside. When it's hot, I am outside. When it's snowing, I am outside. In any weather condition, I am outside because we are making Neubau. We are not making renovation. We do Neubau. And Neubau means you are building
New houses, new things.
Yeah, you are always outside. You know, you are always outside. But you know, the thing that kept me is that, look, I am doing this for my future. I am doing this for tomorrow because, you know, tomorrow there will be no craft. You will not have power. You will be weak. And that time is the real time. Because now, if you want, you don't go to work, you can go and do anything to survive. But there will come a time when you are 70. You cannot do the things that you can do today. You need to have money, income coming from somewhere. And if you don't want to blame your children, work for your life today. Because if you useless your life today and you are 70, nothing is coming in your pocket from the government, you start blaming your children. You start saying, my children, I grow them up in Switzerland, they raised up, they never send me $100 to survive. No, they have their life. If they send you, say thank God. If they don't send you, know that you have been working your life when you were young. Okay? This is how we should think. Let's go and work and save our money and have a plan B that tomorrow here is finished, we have to go back home. You can never be, a stick can never be in the river until it turns to a crocodile. We are going back home. It doesn't matter what kind of passport they give you. Here they see you as an African. Right? You can speak any kind of German that you want, better than even the Swiss or the Austrian or the German. They will never consider you as a European, as their country people. We came here for a mission. When the mission is completed with the help of God, the Almighty, we go back home. Here, there is where you will enjoy the fruit of your labor. There is where you will feel comfortable under your own people. There is where you are respected. But my brother, nobody is hoping and wishing to end up in a one room.
One room, oh. See my kitchen here. You see my kitchen. You see my kitchen.
It's bigger. It's too big. Brother, I have been doing renovation in old people's home. Every day I see with these old people their program. In the mornings, they go and eat, how you call it, frühstück, breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yeah? Yeah. And when they eat breakfast, they go and relax maybe 2 hours. They come out and they have a gymnastic. Gymnastic is they sit on their chair and a lady is in front of them trying to make them move their arms and legs.
I know
and
gymnastic.
When they are from there, you go back to your room. You wait for mittagessen, lunch. You come and eat lunch, they give you 2 hours, you go and sleep. Yeah? Then around 4 o'clock, again gymnastic. 6 o'clock, evening, you eat your dinner, and that's it. What kind of a life?
Okay, now look at, Ask the people, or most of Africans that are living in Europe, what type of lifestyle are they living? You go to work, you come back, you eat, you go to toilet. The following day, you go to work, you come back, you eat food, you go to toilet. That's the life they live. Everybody is living here. Go work, come back, eat food, go to toilet. Go to work, come back. Is this what you want for a life? That
Yes,
is
and me,
it.
and me personally, sorry, brother, and me personally, I have been meeting old people who are even telling me, Tony, bitte, when du pensioniert bist, gehst du high, geh nach Hause. Hier ist kein Leben.
There's not.
People from here.
See, Tony, this should, the people that are new don't understand it. They don't. They will later know it. I was like that too. I tell them my stories. Now they are still excited about Europe. Wait till they get to 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 35 years. As I'm talking now, one of my guys that came here in 1981 went back. He said, whether money or no money, he went back to Africa. He came here in 1981. He said he had enough. He called me. He said, man, he said he has it nothing full. He said he has enough. No, these guys are still new. They will later know. But they will remember that we spoke to them. They will remember that, when I came here, I said I wasn't going back. I said, I want to come to Europe. I said, Europe, electricity. Now I'm tired. You understand me? They will know. They will later know. Some will be telling you, uncle, you are old. Now go back to Africa. You are old. Wait. You will know.
Europe was much nicer 25, 30 years ago.
Much more.
When we came here, we were all saying 5 years, 10 years, brother, I have what I want, I'm going back home. But like I said, you will be caught in the system. The system, you will be caught because you are running for papers. You want to have your passport. You want to live in the country. And the way you are running for that, they are also trapping you to put you in the system. They will give you your passport, they will give you everything, but you cannot escape them anymore. That's the thing.
That's it.
You can only escape if you retire, or like you said, I have also friends here. They were here 20 years, 25 years. They decided from one day to the next to go back home.
I think.
And some of them are doing very good.
The one thing about the system we trapped, I think the African family also make you to be trapped here. Because nobody wants you to go back Africa because you are giving them something little and they want you to remain here to be slaves here, I used to tell my mom, my mom, she's not even 50, but she is home, she's cool, everything. I say, in Europe you have to work till 65, 66, like that. And here people are just enjoying life and we are there, we are just giving everything, stress, everything out, and people sitting home and they want us to send money. That doesn't make sense. And they say that's the tradition. I say, which kind of tradition? I don't do this tradition. I start to remove myself from Africa, but still doing something in Africa, just not helping people like before. I'm just constructing myself and try to build something for me, and you have to just be a little bit egoist here. You don't have to just give everything you have to back to Africa and you are here suffering. You have to just calculate how to make your game, I think.
That's correct. I have intelligent people on my page tonight. All the guys are making a lot of sense. Man, I'm so proud of everyone here I brought up this evening. You guys are great.
I always said this before I go down, mister. Remember, Rome was not built in one day. This Rome we are seeing, it was not built in one day. Don't think after struggling of 20 years, 25 years, you don't achieve much in Africa, you are a loser. No. You can only be a loser if you waste your time here in Europe 20, 25 years, accounting yourself after and not been doing nothing. Remember, if you work in Europe, I repeat myself again, for 20 good years, there is nobody in Africa that one day when you go back, they will laugh at you. Because you have something guaranteed. You will not go and ask for a cup of rice. Because you will receive your 500, 700,000 euros. And with that, you can survive. Remember, your children are grown up. You have less responsibility. Nobody is coming to tell you, Uncle Rudy, give me this, give me that. Because they know Uncle Rudy is now retired and relaxing. He is not working. So you will survive. The only thing is, if you waste your time here thinking of quick money or thinking that you will make it in 10 years' time and you end up to be here 30 years without preparing, without paying, without hoping that tomorrow when you go back home, you will receive something. Then, my brother, you will die before your time is off. Go to work. Plan your life. Plan Africa. When you retire, you will remember me. You will enjoy your life to the best. Thank you very much, brother. And I hope very soon again I can join you. And I am following you right now on TikTok. And by the grace of God, yeah, we will link up again.
Yeah, you know, I make I run different types of different type of topics here. So today this is the one you met. We discuss everything here. So there is we don't discuss a specific topic here. So that's one thing about this page. We discuss marriage, we discuss religion, we discuss politics, we discuss Europe, we discuss racism, we discuss children, we discuss parents. So we discuss everything. So guys, those of you that are new here, don't forget to give me a follow this page and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Uncle Roddy. So that's it all for now. Man, I enjoyed this broadcast because a lot of intelligent people came here and educated every one of us. Yes, I'm so proud. We have intelligent Africans on this page, African people on this page. So guys, well, I don't think I'm going to go live once again tonight. Tomorrow is another day. So when I go live, then we keep creating awareness, exchanging ideas, and then learning from one another. See, if you don't want to learn,
Right.
you leave it.
Thank you.
You appreciate it. You appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
You're
It was a
welcome.
pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, if you like, you listen until, don't wait until it is too late. When people, what an old man saw sitting down, a little child cannot see it if he climbs Iroko tree on top of tree. Did you hear me? What an old man saw sitting down, a small boy cannot see it if he climbs Iroko tree. So if you like, you come online, when they are talking something, experience is talking here, you come and be proving that you too know. Come here and be saying it's not true, it's true, till your eye will clear one day. Well, guys, I want to end this broadcast. Well, you only support this page by subscribing to my YouTube channel. You don't pay anything when you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Uncle Roddy, and follow my page on TikTok. So that's it for now. I want to say good night to everybody. I appreciate everyone that joined us. See, Brown, you see me here. The operation was successful. Now I'm already bouncing now. For long, I spent a day in the hospital. It's not like in Africa where they will use machetes and shovel and razor blade and cut you to Tina Andre blog, good subjects today. Yes, today's broadcast is interesting, you know. Yes. Yeah, I heard there are so many intelligent people here. Yes, I appreciate all these guys that spoke. Everybody, each and every one of them are intelligent. Even the woman, the lady that came to speak, the first woman that spoke, that woman, I think from Gambia or so, the woman was great. So these are the kind of people I want to be having here. I want to follow, I want to have on this page. You understand me? So not people that will come here and be, when after, I don't know the kind, sometimes you see some, anyway, I don't want to say. I don't want to talk. I want to have intelligent people on this page. Well, guys, so that's it all for now. Thank you for joining. We are going to see ourselves tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. So, see you tomorrow, guys. Those on YouTube, I appreciate every one of you. See you guys tomorrow.